Morning viewers, and welcome to the session today. Today's session is on ceasefire's kitchen fire suppression systems. We do apologize for the delay of a few minutes. There was a last minute connectivity issue that we are facing. I hope we've not delayed it too much. Viewers, at ceasefire, the world of fire suppression technologies have evolved and moved forward in a way that we moved from strength to strength to come at a position where we address some of the very real challenges faced by certain kind of premises who also face a very unique kind of fire risk. Fire suppression systems range, viewers, is a classic example of such technologies. Today, at ceasefire, being a manufacturer of all of these prime technologies, we take a lot of pride in telling the world and our potential partners that all of our product lines today conform to the highest global standards and certified by the topmost quality agencies in the world. So these are standards that include EN3, EN1866, BSI Kite Mark, LPCB, VDS, PED, MED and more. Our production facility today, viewers, is by far the most advanced in the world that one can find today on the planet. This complies completely to the factory production control guidelines laid down by these top quality agencies in the world. So what has happened is that after having consolidated our position as the market leader in the Indian subcontinent, we've started to export all around the world. And today, we stand at a point where we export pretty much all over the world, starting from the European world of UK and France, to the Middle Eastern countries of UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Far East, you have Hong Kong, Singapore, up there in China, African countries of Kenya, Congo, and the countries including Sri Lanka, Nepal and Bangladesh. Now in the Indian subcontinent and in UK, the company today has direct company operations with massive investments in offices, stock points and warehouses, and state-of-the-art facilities such as this one. So at this point in time, when I talk to you, the Ceasefire Advanced Intelligence Center, which is the equivalent of this facility, is fully functional in Birmingham, at this point in time. So that was a brief intro of who we are, to give you a sense of where we stand as an organization. So coming back to the session today, today's session is about the kitchen fire suppression systems range, and I will give you every detail here to explain what makes these systems truly outstanding. So come, let's get started with the system. Thank you so much everyone for joining us in the session. Once again, apologies for the slight delay in the timing. I'll just get started and take you inside the demonstration block. Give you a sense of this range. The range of kitchen suppression systems from ceasefire broadly can be categorized into two parts. One is the commercial range of our kitchen suppression. The other side is the systems developed for domestic kitchens, the small kitchens. In both the technologies, we do two agents. So on one side we have water mist based systems, and the other is also wet chemical technology. In both commercial and the domestic systems. Our commercial systems, viewers, today are completely certified by the LPCB under the LPS 1223 standard, whereas the domestic system is tested by the BSI, as the agency. So what we've planned for you today is we've planned a live demonstration of these two systems, and that is why you see we've already kind of, given it a preheat, so we're trying to heat up the cooking oil because there is no specific time you can predict when the flames will be on. So at this point in time, I'll also like to bring in our technology expert, Pranav, into the show. Pranav, so...
Thank you, Vishal. Viewers, today we have got kitchen suppression system in action for you. I would like to start with explaining the system as to how it operates.
That will be a good start
That'd
point.
be a good start point, and then we can go into seeing the some unique characteristics of our KSS system, and then we'll go for a demonstration. As you see, everything is almost ready, so let's quickly get on with it. So we have the heat sensing tube as a key component to our system. This is, as you see, it's a multi-layer pressurized modified polyamide, which is UV resistant. Okay, it has quite resistance to very harsh environments. Kitchen is a very harsh environment, and this tube is made to detect fire. It can work as a temperature sensor, or it can also work as a rate of rise temperature. So if we were to look at how this is placed and what functionality it plays in the system, let's understand this thing, that this tube is placed
Give our viewers a closer look.
Okay, it goes right through the plenum. Okay, it is pressurized with nitrogen.
So you see the HST line, the multi-layered high-grade pneumatic tube running through the length of the kitchen hood, and that makes the system special because this is next generation detection module that is integrated now into the kitchen systems. It is far advanced technology as compared to conventional detection. You know, conventional point detection, which is sensitive. This gives you uniform protection. Yeah.
Okay, and now if we come on this side, viewers, you can see that this heat sensing tube is coming to the head of our agent cylinder. Now this pressurized head keeps the valve closed and the agent intact within this pressurized agent cylinder. As soon as a rupture is detected within the tube will depressurize, and this depressurization opens the out through the supply line to the distribution line to our nozzles.
Sure. So you have heat detection happening through the heat sensing tube, which gives you continuous protection throughout the length of the kitchen hood, and not only in the plenum area but also in the duct area.
We will come to that again. Let's look at our this length of HST, as you told Vishal.
Yep.
This HST being laid out is detection. As you see, any point there's heat detected.
Correct.
As a conventional method of using fusible plugs or fusible links,
Correct.
you only have protection ahead of the duct or the flute.
Yes.
Okay, so you can within the flute, but here with our HST you can branch and you can hold the duct and you can give protection and detection over there also.
Sure.
So that is how the HST is laid. Now the biggest advantage over here, it gives you, if you are the chef, you have the complete flexibility of placing all your hot and cold regions below the hood.
You can play as per the meal service demands.
Absolutely. And single nozzles can handle any kind of your deep frying, shallow frying, steaming, any kind of cooking you're doing, your singular nozzles can handle all of these. Now coming to the nozzles itself. They can cover each and every nook and corner of your hood, whether it be the fryers, whether it be the plenum or the duct itself.
So these are water mist nozzles that they're showing you viewers right now in the water mist system, and the placing of nozzles is such that it leaves no blind spot under the kitchen hood.
Let's look at
The wet chemical side also.
Wet chemical side also. You see the wet chemical nozzles, they have the protection caps. Okay, and these caps come onto the nozzles. They're protected from dust and grime. Okay, you have nozzles like these behind in the plenum and also in the duct. So each and every duct is also covered with nozzles.
Sure.
Now these nozzles are placed very meticulously, such that once their angles have been set, they cover the whole surface area of your fire.
Sure.
Next, these nozzles are fixed. They are not nozzles which can move. So on your daily working, your angles do not change.
So while you're cleaning and doing your maintenance stuff,
Absolutely. They
the
do
angle
not
does
come in your
change.
way, but still they're standing sturdy to fight your fire.
Sure.
Okay. So you've seen the nozzles. Now look at something which is most important and prominent in our system is the valve itself.
Sure.
So I would like to show you our wet chemical valve.
Let's give viewers a closer view of the valve.
If you look at this valve, okay, it is made of stainless steel. It has a manometer on it. It has an integrated ball valve with a lever for opening and closing this ball valve. The very position of this can be monitored by a reed switch.
Sure.
And this reed switch can be gives an indication on a response panel, which I'll come to very shortly. Okay, I'll show you what the response panel does on this thing. So the HST pressure and this reed switch can be monitored on our response panel.
Sure.
So this increases the reliability to quite an extent. Okay, so let's go and see our response panel now.
Sure. So it's still allowing the cooking oil to heat because there is no specific time you can predict for the oil to catch flames. So we are in the background continuously trying to heat the oil
Okay,
so as to achieve ignition soon.
While we were on the topic of nozzle,
Yeah.
we can actually cover a 2.4 meter hood with just 3 nozzles, fryer nozzles.
Sure.
And you can go to the extent of 7.2 meters in wet chemical with just 15 nozzles.
Sure.
And if you were to go into your water mist, you can do up to 8 meters of hood length with just 25 nozzles.
So pretty much any length of the kitchen hood, one can
Anything
protect
you
with
can
these
expect
systems.
in your kitchen can be covered.
Can be covered.
And if you come on the domestic end, we have 2 models, water mist and wet chemical. So wet chemical we do with one singular nozzle. And that nozzle requires only 1 liter of, you require 1 or 2 nozzles and you require only 1 liter of engine for that.
Sure.
That's so minimal.
Absolutely.
And if we come to water mist, we can do 2 or 3 nozzles, extending from 90 mm to say as less as 60 centimeters. And these nozzles require only 3.5 or 4 liters of agent. That is 1.5 liter per nozzle. That's it.
So as far as the design, Pranav, is concerned, I see the design is very unobtrusive. It's not really, interfering with the chimney in the house. It's just coming along
Absolutely.
beautifully.
See, even in commercial places, you do have experts available to help you out.
Correct.
But in kitchen, if you were to do that, nobody will be able to manage these systems, and they will actually, turn the nozzles about.
Completely retrofittable, as I see.
Absolutely retrofittable.
Sure. Sure.
So let's look at the response panel. This is an
Yes.
advanced response panel. Now, this response panel plays the role of monitoring your system health, how good it is working. That is monitored over here. That is the one primary objective of this panel.
Yes.
Now, if you are looking at what it monitors, as I told you before, it monitors the heat sensing tube pressure.
Sure.
It also monitors your valve open or close position on internal. I showed you. The monitoring is done by a PGS, and this PGS is then connected through a switch to your response panel, and then you have your open and close position of the valve. Now this increases the reliability to quite a lot. If the valve was to be closed, your panel will scream that I'm not working. Okay. Now another advantage with the panel is the third party integration. When we are talking about third party integration, what we are saying is you can connect your panel with, connect your panels with fire alarms.
Fire alarms.
Okay. You can also have a hooter giving you an alarm at the. Very easy to maintain the system and clean it. So that is a very big advantage with low pressure systems from 15 to 19 bar is what these systems operate at. And the other thing would be the certifications. Temperature, it is well above 360 degrees, 63 degrees centigrade, and it's still rising. And there you go. Look at how gentle was the operation. Okay. You have the fire alarm now, and you see everything has been extinguished. It's absolutely clean.
We'd like to see the discharge even above the kitchen hood, which is going to the dust area. And no flame can survive a discharge like this. Let's take a closer look now. Very good consistency of the foam here.
It's very thick. Besides this foam is biodegradable. It helps you clean. It can cut through oil.
And you can see the temperature is
Look at how
rapidly
fast
dropping
the
now.
temperature has
So from
fallen.
a 360 we are now at 100.
113, which is well below the self-ignition temperature.
Correct. So
From
it cannot
330 to
reconnect.
340 degrees
Correct,
centigrade. So there's no chance, Vishal, now for this thing to ignite again.
Reactor.
Okay. Besides this thing, my response panel would have, also cut off your electrical, maybe given a signal to your cut off of electrical relays, your gas supply.
Yes.
So there's no source of heat left.
Correct.
So there's not going to be any ignition again.
Correct.
Let's look at how our with our water mist is going to perform on our domestic
On a
kitchen.
domestic system.
So it is about to catch fire. So we're just waiting.
For ignition. I think the ignition can happen any moment now because the temperature is really rising and and you have ignition also on the water mist side now. You know, so you are getting simultaneous ignition.
Water mist system has a specialized rotor within the engine cylinder. This helps you to create very fine mist. Okay. So
By the time this one gets activated, do you want to take a closer look at what happened with the domestic side? So if you can come closer, this was the water mist system that got activated, you know, in the domestic system. And as you can see, there is no collateral damage. So even if there was food items around, your kitchen equipment, they're all safe. So there is minimal amount of downtime that is involved with the water mist systems, and that is the USP, really. Let's look at the action now on the water mist side for the commercial system. The ignition has happened, and they are now happening almost at the same time.
So we have here also Vishal, we reached 360
degree has been reached.
Here also you need to see what temperatures we are going to reach, where your system is going to activate and start putting out the fire, and see the temperature post fire, which is going to be very critical. See how water cools down this system so quickly, so efficiently,
Correct.
without any thermal shock.
No, I
and
think
most of it is going to evaporate.
Correct. That is
leaving
the
nothing as a collateral.
I think that is the beauty of water mist, Prana, that as soon as this falls in the form of a fine spray in the fire zone, it rapidly evaporates. And you know the escaping steam is blocking the entry of oxygen and bringing down the combustion temperature, you know, to below combustion level. The beauty of water mist is truly.
Vishal, I would like to also point out over here, if our viewers had seen how our nozzles are placed and how they work,
Correct.
they drive the fire away from the user,
Yes.
okay, giving them protection from radiating fire or any fire throughout. And plus, protection like this is most important to any user.
Correct.
So the
Through
give
inwards.
protection to the user to keep the flame in away from the user.
Correct.
So
I'd like you guys to look at the camera, face the camera towards the system, and that's where we are expecting the
again,
extinguishing
we are
action any minute
expecting,
now.
Anytime now for the system to operate. So as the flame rises, the HST is going to burst. You're going to hear a last sound of that rupture, and
It's a completely
and-
mechanical system.
it's a totally pneumatic standalone system. You require no support in your kitchen from outside. You do not require any pumps. You do not require any supply line. Everything is inbuilt. So
It's just the integration of the response panel makes it more intelligent and more
Reliable.
responsive, more reliable.
So any time now we can hear a burst. The flame is almost reaching the top.
Correct. We're looking at a 370 degree kind of a temperature point now.
We've reached 377 degrees now.
I mean, at the discharge level, it is important to note how the discharge is very uniform, leaving no blind spot underneath. Also in the duct area, you know, it safeguards.
And it totally is capable of detecting a very dangerous or hazardous fire. Now Vishal, if this, we have in the system a manual discharge also available with us.
Right.
At the back on the collateral damage is absolutely zero. Everything has evaporated.
The little foam mechanical side, because this is like parallel to each other. The temperature is below 100 now, as you see. And if you can get the cameras closer,
Look at the temperatures.
the temperature is below 100
75 now.
Yes. And there is no collateral damage. The system, the equipment is all safe and sound. With a little cleaning, the kitchen can be up and running in no time. And that is what the beauty of water mist is.
Water
today.
mist.
So even if there were food items around, some meal prepared, not much would be damaged.
Vishal, before the system activated, you were telling about the
Manual
manual
control
actuator.
point. That's an important.
It's like a burst disc operation or the burst diaphragm. It is also connected to the heat sensing tube, and you can actually pull out the safety ring from below and push on this button. This punches the diaphragm, depressurizes the tube, and the system operates. So you have
You're
manual.
present there. You want a system to quickly come into action. Just hit the manual. It'll get into action.
So Vishal, what do we do next?
I think our viewers would have enjoyed the live demonstration very much. What we will do is we will now throw open the session for any questions that you may have. For our social handle viewers, for our Facebook viewers, we'll take your leave. But if there are any questions you have, please put them in the comment box and we'll get them answered for you. For our Zoom users, we will now move